Hi, my name is Angel. I am a wife to Aldrin and a mother to three boys. And we are also the caretakers of this place called the Wiswis Kawayan. I want to do this thing because I have been a wife and mother for more than 20 years already. I have been a daughter for more than 50 years already. I have been a friend to so many all my life. So there's just so many things to share. And we have been the caretaker of this place for 17 years already. So I feel that there's just so much to talk about and just so much to share to everyone. And I'm just so excited to share everything with you. And I hope that with this, I will be able to glorify God and honor Him in all that I do. To God be all the glory. This is three questions with Angel. Okay, so I am a wife to Aldrin. Aldrin is a doctor by profession, and their family is from Bulacan. His father is from Bulacan, and his mother is from Laguna. And while I am from Batangas, but we both grew up in Manila already. I met him through my cousin who is also taking up medicine at that time. And well, actually, it was we didn't start on the right foot. We actually didn't start on the right foot. I got pregnant prior to getting married, and then truth is, his family never met me until I was giving birth to our second child already. That was how bad our beginning was. But God was so gracious to us. After 2 years, we were able to get married, and eventually we had three children, all boys. I thought I was going to have a girl, but no, I had three boys. Um, so, of course, we have our own thoughts about what our family should be like. I imagined my father to be the kind of husband that I'll have also. But those are my own expectations, and it didn't turn out that way. I'm sure he had expectations also. Maybe he was hoping that I'd be like his mom, who is very good in the kitchen, who's very soft spoken, who's very submissive to my father in law. But then I'm sure it was also a surprise of his life that I am not that. So we had a lot of experiences, and um, one of the things that I enjoyed most in our marriage is raising our children. It is so exciting to raise a family of three boys, and well, actually four. He being the eldest. Well, that's what I thought before. But of course, there are a lot of things that we learned already all throughout our married life, and the whole journey is exciting, full of adventures, full of lessons also, and full of emotions because I'm a very emotional person. But basically, I'm just so happy where God has put us because now we understand what this life is all about, and it's all to glorify Him. So I have three children. The eldest was Gabriel. I thought he's the first. I thought he's going to be the one and only child I'll ever have because of the situation that Aldrin and I had in the beginning. Um, when I gave birth to him, he was so white. He didn't look like me. I thought he's not going. He didn't look like he was my child, but he was a big boy. Like really big. The palm of his whole hand was as big as the palm of my hand, which is so unlikely for a newborn. Um, but of course, that is an experience that is very heartwarming. To have your first child in your arms. That's the one thing that's really very unforgettable. And then 1 year later, to our surprise, to Aldrin and I's surprise, I got pregnant again. This time to another baby boy. Now this second child looked more like me, you know. Um he looked so fragile when he was young. Well, it turns out that he is asthmatic also. Well, just like any one of them, the three of them turned out to be asthmatic during their childhood. But of course, that changed eventually because everyone is into sports. And then, of course, it was kind of scary to have two children um, in a span of 2 years. So we decided, okay, we're going to control. We really need to control. And then after it took another 5 years before we had another child. I thought it's going to be a girl. Actually, during that time that I had my third baby, we were planning to have our church wedding, which was very exciting for me at that time. But then something happened. I got pregnant and the wedding was postponed, but that's okay for a very good reason because I was having my Miguel, my Miggy. So the three boys turned out to be very sporty. Um, they turned out to be very. They're all close to me, I guess. I could proudly say that they are all very close to me. And I don't know if I'll say that it was a challenge raising them. There were a lot of learnings, definitely raising them. They are now, the eldest is now, Gabriel is now 23. Oh, I meant he's now 24. And then the second is 23. And the youngest is 18. So, it was very exciting. But at the same time, challenging. It was challenging. Well, I don't think motherhood will ever stop. But that is one of the greatest gifts that the Lord has given me to become a mother, especially to these three boys. When we started our family, Aldrin and I were both excited about what this world could offer. You know, we were young and we want to experience a lot of things. We want to go to different places. And our dream was for our children was to be able to give our children everything that we could possibly afford to give them. That was our dream. That was our dream for them. You know, all the good things in life that we can afford to give, that was what we wanted to give them. And I guess that was the driving force in everything that we did. Why we want to do this, why we want to send them to this school, why we want to travel to different places. All those was for our children, you know, for them to experience everything that we could possibly expose them to. But then and you know that was what we were doing when we were starting. We were just um giving everything to the best of our abilities. It was tiring, but of course we thought that was just part of being a parent. So it was okay for the both of us. So we raised them, of course taught them. Number one was respect for everybody. Being a gentleman. I've always been in love with gentlemen. So we taught our children that. We taught them how to be careful with women, with girls around them. They used to want to play with me a lot, but their mother turned out to be not a sporty person. So I would always remind him, hey, God created you to become boys, so you're strong and you're rough, but God created mommy just like any other girls in the family um to be more fragile, so you have to take care of me. So that was how we raised our three boys. And when they were young, I I made I put fear in their hearts. Put fear in their hearts to their dad. I want them to be afraid of their dad. I thought it was my way of controlling them. You know, I was the good guy and Aldrin was the bad guy. So obviously they turned to me for anything and would usually just back off when Aldrin is around. So, but anyway, so yeah, we had exciting times when they were younger until we decided that we would put up a business. It's it the first thing that we thought of is just a small business, maybe a venue for birthdays or weddings. But then God has a different story for us, and it has been 17 years since we started this business, and this has been our playground ever since. This has been my children's playground, my husband's playground, and my playground as well. So this is home for us. And we called it Lawiswis Kawayan Garden Resort and Spa. Lawiswis Kawayan, well, of course, that's in honor of my father. My father taught us this song. It's called Lawiswis Kawayan. And when you listen to this song, it talks about this guy inviting this lady to go to Lawiswis Kawayan, which is supposed to be a romantic place. And since we want this to be a romantic place, then we named it Lawiswis Kawayan. There were a lot of bamboo trees before, wild bamboo trees in the area. So we thought, oh, that could be a good name for it. But of course, um, but of course, a lot of changes happened also throughout. We did not change the name; it's still Lawiswis Kawayan, but we had to let go of the wild bamboos around the property, and we just settled for the ornamental bamboos. But still, you'll learn a lot how we started this business, how we raised our family, what are the values that we share in the family, what are the things that we value in life, and how we transformed from who we were before and who we are now. And it's all by God's grace. We are still very excited where God will lead us, and um I really just want to share this to everybody for the glory of God. And hopefully, you'll be able to pick up a lesson or two that you can also apply in your life. Now that we are already here where we are, I am just always excited about what the future will hold for me. I am really just excited about where God will lead us. I don't know if it's still going to be this. God allowed me to experience a lot of things in this life that I just know in my heart that there are nothing that we can really hold on to. We cannot hold on to anything at all. The only thing that we could hold on to is now. Before, that was a scary thought that there is nothing that you can hold on to. But having God with me, it's not scary anymore. It is now very exciting to look forward to tomorrow and what He has in store for us, because I can trust our God that He has the best intentions for us. So for my children, for my family, of course, I imagine to be with Aldrin until our hair turns gray and white, until we'd still be sharing and laughing together about so many things in life, and we will still be dreaming dreams in the future, and that's really something heartwarming to think about. And but for my children, of course, I have big plans for them. Ever since they were young, we trained them. Actually, we already opened their minds to the thought that one day you will become fathers. You will become the leaders in your homes. You will become the leaders in society, and that's what we prepared them for. I don't know how well we did it. Only God can tell. But I have big dreams for them. One is for them to get married, to find this, um, they're God's best. I'm really excited about that. That is one of the biggest dreams I have for my children. I imagine them to have simple families. Um, a wife that would support them also. And of course, my dream for them is to be able to do what God wants them to do. I don't know what those are, every day it's changing, but I take it as an exciting journey to discover and see where God is leading each one of us. But I said one of the greatest dreams that I have for my children is for them to find their wives, have their own children, see them as they travel through their journey on earth, all for the glory of God. So this is just the beginning of all the chats that I want to share with you guys. There's just so much I want to share, not only by being a mother and a wife, but being having my likes also. What are my likes? What are the things that I value? Um, how we can take care of ourselves, our health, what are nice places to see. That's something very exciting to look forward to because my children would always tell me, Mommy, even if we're married already, you be the one to make our itinerary. They enjoy traveling with us as a family. So I look forward to sharing with you again. Until next time.